look at, he had the work ethic everyone wanted. It was non-stop, and the money came in.
I'm in the middle of a game, right, against Drew. I look to the left, Dawson's killing some kids. I'm looking to Drew on the right, I'm thinking, this is not happening. Yep, this is a good story, right here. This is about, Dawson and Brendan Standish. One of the most talented players I've ever seen. Shame. Real shame.
As you can see here, Dawson Wright made varsity, but then decided that to get more playing time, he wanted to play JV, and that's where his problem started. This video shows what was going through the minds of these two players, Dawson Wright and Brendan Standish, during their time.
This will be your last season playing lacrosse. Is that true?
Yeah, I signed my papers and I'm now officially retired.
That's good, that's good.
I'm retiring due to possibilities of concussions in my imminent future and don't wish to have this happen.
Now, how do you feel about, did Doug Greenberg influence this decision at all?
No, not at all. I like him as a coach and a person. He's one of my favorite coaches I've had.
Now, that's very interesting because I've had mixed reviews on what people have thought, and that's been the reason many of the scandal of juniors last year, that's the reason many of them quit, and it's very interesting to see that that didn't influence your decision at all. Brendan, what do you think?
I think he's a nice, respectable person. He's a great coach, leads us to a consistently 10-7 season. I mean, you can't get much better than that except for winning more games. Didn't really have a big influence on me.
Okay, how about some of his on-field antics as a coach, like the football with a hat?
Biting the football. Great way to release anger. Great way that Coach Greenberg can just show his personality and just, be himself. Just it's a great thing here.
I completely agree.
Yeah, I've known Doug for a long time. One of my cherished friends. We went to college together. I thank you guys for the interview.
That was a short interview. Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah, that was really short.
That's just round.
That was really short.
That's just round one.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Alright, Dawson. I see that this has been a very interesting season for you. You started off on varsity. You didn't get a lot of playing time, am I right?
Yeah.
And then you decided to make the switch down to JV with Coach Greenberg's permission. And how do you think that played a role in your personality?
On JV, there was more. We could do what we wanted, if that makes sense.
Critics would argue
We
long
had more
after
fun,
if the leniency of
especially
JV
compared to, more lenient.
influenced
Very
the
true.
stuff Dawson and
Chris
Brendan
Robbins,
did.
very good friend of mine. We went to college together back in the 80s. What do you think about how good of a coach was he? Like, how did he make you feel?
He's a decent coach and a good person. He made some things, like some choices that I didn't exactly agree with, but overall he was a good coach and I enjoyed my 2 years with him.
Dawson, you were known as the biggest hitter on the team, with huge hits in every game, and you spent a lot of the minutes in the penalty box. Do you regret any of the hits you ever did?
No regrets.
It's good to hear. If I can recall the last game, minute left, you got a penalty, right?
Mm-hmm.
2 kids, and one of the kids, I remember hearing, it didn't hurt that much. What do you say? That kid's watching right now. What do you want to say to that kid?
That I knocked the shit out of him and he ate the dirt.
That's what I thought. All right, thank you so much for this time, and good luck in future endeavors. I think you've got a great football career going.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to be here.
Shortly after this interview, a new scandal rocked the JV men's lacrosse team, and that was targeting. Seen in the video above, you can see players would get money for these kind of big hits that were targeted by certain players.
Okay, I'm going to talk to you something about, it might be a little hard to talk about. Drew, in the news, can you talk to me a little about the New Orleans scandal?
Well, the New Orleans Saints, what they did is they had a bounty system, if you will, where for big hits, big targeted hits, illegal hits to the head, they would get extra money for hitting hard to the head. And there have been rumors of this happening on your team. What do you have to comment on that?
Well, the fact of the matter is, not all big hits are targets here. Big hits are just something that come along with any game, unless you're playing a sport like soccer. Then, big hits just aren't a part of nature. But hey, if you're going to sign up for a contact sport, strap that helmet on in the morning knowing that this could possibly be the hit that defines your career or the hit that ends it.
Now, forgive me, but I feel as if you're eluding the question. Was there a bounty system within your program?
Absolutely not.
I can't believe that for 1 second because we have documents, right? Documents from a certain big hit contest group message.
You can see in this image released by the JV men's lacrosse team, there was a big hit group message, but all the names of the people involved were crossed.
I clearly can see in the picture of the group message, I can see the breakdown of the points. Now, how can you reasonably explain that to me?
That's not our team.
That's not your team.
I've never seen that before.
I mean, how exactly can you prove this was us?
Your name was the author. You were the author, and it was copyrighted to JV Lax.
Have you heard of a thing called catfishing, sir? It's been a nice, big, prevalent thing in the news lately. People are they just take beyond personas who they really are.
No, what?
So-
Hey, stop. I need facts, dude. I need facts. I can't have any of this bullshit with all the, it might be this or it might be that. Was there a bounty system at Holly Springs High School JV lacrosse?
I'm pretty
Absolutely
sure
not.
my friend and I here said no. So how about you take those facts, buddy?
Well, you guys are eluding the question as a whole.
How are we eluding
Tell
the
me
question?
directly that there is no bounty system. Say, there was never a bounty system that I or my counterparts was a part of.
There's never been a bounty system.
A bounty system, that's just something preposterous in nature.
So this
Why
point
would you...
sheet-
No, please let me talk. If you're going to ask me questions, get my side. Why would you wish to have something that could potentially injure the lives of many kids for the sake of what? A monetary unit of change or paper?
What a lot of people don't realize is how much JV meant to Dawson, both with his friends and monetarily. I remember the first day he came down, he came up to me, he was like, dude, I just hit it big. I was like, really? Oh, tell me about it. He's like, I just made $300,000 from moving down to JV. He hasn't even, this kid hasn't even played a game yet. He's already made $300,000. I've been playing lacrosse for like 30 years. I haven't even seen that. Like,
what do you expect to happen when you give a 16-year-old $300,000 a game? That's impure. God didn't want that to happen.
Okay, Tommy. Tell me a little bit about Dawson. What do you think about him?
I think he's a great kid.
Now, after the money went to his head, what did we say, $300,000?
He changed
He changed?
so much.
So much.
He just used to just wasn't being a good friend anymore. The money got to him, and I mean, it just put a spark in him that I've never seen before.
I heard he smoked weed one time.
Dude, I heard from this girl.
when Dawson came down to JV, things changed a lot.
Alright, we're going live from one of the JV party, and we'll show you how the money went to these players' heads. As soon as the money was in, it was game over. Oh shit! The money went to their heads, and it was game over.
Brendan was one of my best friends. I can't believe what happened to him. When he got that manslaughter charge, it just ruined him. It just ruined him. I just can't take it. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. My buddy Nick calls me. He tells me to turn on my TV. I turn it on. I see Brendan on the news being charged with manslaughter.
Once he got charged with manslaughter, I knew it was only a matter of weeks before he left.
You really quick about the pending manslaughter charges for Brendan in Maryland.
I wanted to reach out to Brendan, but there was no response.
Brendan!
He just shot a man.
Brendan! Can you talk to me a little about your pro career?
You know, I didn't expect to only play 3 years. In middle school, they were telling me, you're gonna be something great. You're gonna do great things, Dawson. And I was like, hey, maybe I can do this. After 3 years, the money got to me, the women got to me, the drugs got to me. No team wants me now. Now I'm a gym coach. It's just, I had to retire. There's nothing I could do.
Quick.
I already told you I didn't want to talk to you about this. The money's fine. It's okay.
Sir.
He smacked me.
Honestly,
these players on this team, they were not bad players. It was just a bad situation, too much temptation, and they couldn't handle it. That's what I think.
It's a shame. That's what it is. It's a shame. They could have been the best that never was.
If anything, we failed as journalists because this gave us more questions.
I'm not blaming this on myself, okay? It's not my fault! Talk to me about the Apex game. I want to know about the Apex game.
Which one, sir?
No
There are
comment.
2 Apex games.
Tell me
The first one.
Tell me about the Prezi.
Okay, shut the fuck up. Now we have to refilm this.
Damn it, Jackson.
Damn it.
When I was your age, Drew, all I ever wanted to do was score goals. The coach would have to get me off the field and tell me to stop dodging. All I wanted to do was score, Drew. And now you're blowing an opportunity just like that. Just like you always do.
All right, Coach, I got something to say. I got something to tell you guys. Guys, we're still in this. We can do it. Whoever said there's no playoffs for JV, they were wrong. Because the playoffs, they're in our heart and they're in our soul. Now, what do we say? We go out there and we
No,
give it
Drew,
one
I
last...
can't have you talk like this anymore, Drew. All I wanted to do was dodge when I was your age. And now what are you doing with your life?
I'm not dodging, Coach.